Could you explain the process of 3D scanning? How accurate is it, and what are the limitations? Also, in what scenarios would you choose 3D scanning over traditional measurement methods? Well, that's a big question. It's actually quite a few questions in there. Explaining how 3D scanning works really depends on the methodology of 3D scanning. So I'll talk about structured light scanning, which we use quite frequently. So that is where you have a scanner that is offsetting cameras, 2 or more cameras, with a projector that's projecting a pattern or some kind of interference on a part, and we take a bunch of pictures and we measure pattern deflection, and we use the pattern deflection and the photographs to build a 3D mesh. We find that really handy because it's portable, it's easy to use, our accuracy can be down to 0.1 millimeters or 100 microns. If you need a higher level of accuracy for engineering or inspection, tend to use laser scanners where we triangulate laser crosses or lines across targeting dots, or we use LiDAR for larger areas where we're firing laser points through space. So accuracy can completely depend on your equipment and the object that you're scanning and the environment that you are scanning in. Where would I use 3D scanning versus traditional methods? I mean, anywhere you need to measure something, especially with curves, 3D scanning is a great way to do it. If you're in the construction industry or if you are in fabrication, measuring something on a curve is tough. 3D scanning can give you very accurate dimensions for reverse engineering or for quality inspection. Where we use it a lot is for artwork, for recreating sculpture, either for scaling to make things larger or smaller, or to import features to add to other features. For example, if you're doing a model of a building and you want a certain type of rock look that's on another building somewhere nearby, we can capture that information and transfer it. So there's many different ways to do it. Where I wouldn't choose 3D scanning is pretty simple stuff to measure. Door frames, window frames, things that are hard to get at. 3D scanning usually works better. If it's an object you have in front of you and it's a relatively simple geometry, nothing wrong with calipers or tape measures, and we do it sometimes when people bring us parts to reverse engineer. Often it makes sense to 3D scan, often it doesn't.